It's the return of Red. This sneaky, sly, pollution-ridden fox is here to scam us into purchasing bogus items. But it's 2020, and we have this thing called the internet to save the day. Red, also known as Crazy Red, or now Jolly Red, or I'm trying too hard to be Nook Red, has just been added to New Horizons. If you haven't updated your game, do so, talk to Blathers, and get ready to meet a pretty amazing character. Red is based on the kitsune from Japanese folklore. These folklore stories show the legendary foxes as intelligent creatures who have paranormal abilities. Some stories depict them as friends or lovers. The fox were known to be messengers who were old, wise, and powerful. Because of their powers, many viewed them as deities and made sacrifices to them. And then there are other stories that highlight their abilities to deceive. Foxes are viewed as goblins, which were not to be trusted. There are stories showing kitsune playing tricks on greedy merchants, poor farmers, and samurai. Common tactics included theft, humiliation, and illusions. Red's design is that of the tricky foxes. He's sneaky, sarcastic, and tries to prey upon the innocence of the player. Red has always run some kind of black market throughout his time in the series. He was the go-to character for art and rare furniture at the beginning, but over the years he's become more of a con artist. In the earlier games, he showed up once a week in your town selling slightly overpriced items, forced you to go out of your way to find a password or invitation just to be able to enter his shop, and then required a cover charge of 3,000 bells once you were finally able to enter. Red actually seems pretty nice in New Horizons compared to other games in the series. Maybe he's just starting to grow a heart. A black, smoky one, most likely, but a heart nonetheless. When you first find Red, he's walking around your island like he's just fishing for someone to scam. Immediately, he tries to work his sales tactics on you by calling you family and offering you his still ridiculously expensive family price for some, hopefully real artwork. Once you get through his dialogue, he'll offer to sell you a work of art. Everyone I talked to had received a genuine painting from the first interaction with him, so I'm assuming this first piece will always be real. So if you have the 5,000 bells available, buy the artwork. Donating the piece to Blathers will initiate the upgrade of the museum. Unfortunately, you'll lose a day of being able to use the museum, but oh boy, is it worth it in the end! After one day of construction, the building is nice, the gallery is beautiful, and oh my god, there's a lot of art to find. Once your museum is upgraded and open, you'll find Red walking around your island again. He'll tell you to go visit his boat on the North Beach. Once inside, you're met with a few things. Firstly, there are 4 works of art. He only allows you to purchase one a day, which in the end works out totally fine because only one of the pieces is actually real. Okay, I had to re-upload this to fix a mistake. When I talked to Red and the 3 other people I talked to, every painting was fake except for one. But I'm re-uploading this because other people said that there were 2 real paintings and 2 fake paintings. Someone said all were fake, so maybe the chances of getting 1 real painting and 3 fake are better? I don't know, but I just wanted to fix that. Okay, moving on. Before you buy, you want to get a closer look at each item. When selecting one of the pieces of art, there's an option to zoom in and get a better look. When doing so, you can use the handy-dandy internet to find any differences. Polygon actually has a pretty good guide that I'll link in the description, although I've been scarred by using online guides as references in my last few videos, so be careful with the ones you find. Most of the guides will probably be accurate. Just give each piece a good look. In fact, the guide I was using changed during this recording, so be careful. All the pieces are based off real-world, famous artworks. Unless you're a huge art history buff, you'll probably want to use the internet. The forgeries have some subtle and some not so subtle differences to the authentic pieces. Be careful when looking at guides from New Leaf. Some of the fake-outs vary from those used in New Horizons, so make sure you're using a recent guide. Besides art, Red also sells overpriced items. In past games, Red had furniture that was exclusive to his store, which gained you bonus HHA points. We'll have to wait and see exactly what he has to offer over time, but I do know that this red old-fashioned alarm clock is a color I didn't have in my catalog already, so of course I bought it. It was only a couple 100 bells higher than its normal price, so it didn't hurt too much to purchase. This pennant, however, this thing is way overpriced. Hopefully we get more information about Red's wares and whether or not they're worth throwing bells at. At first I thought it'd be cool to have returning items like the NES's from the GameCube Animal Crossing. Then I realized I never play the NES games on my Switch as it is, so I guess they would be pointless. But cool to have! Give it something cool! I want more cool things! Red has always been an important part of the Animal Crossing series, and it is nice to see him return to New Horizons. Hopefully more features will be added in the future, like the bonus HHA points. rewards for purchasing his items. Otherwise, you're just spending way too much on random junk. But, you know, if you like the color or something, maybe you should buy it. Why would you ever do that? Have a burning question to ask about Red? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next Animal Crossing video. Bye! You'll lose a day of being able to use the museum. Whoa, museum. A museum, la la. That's not French at all.